small business owners reveal what the issues that really are at the heart of their hearts and what they want the candidates, the presumptive candidates, Donald Trump and Joe Biden, to actually have answers for them. And so this comes by way of Fox Business. And I'll pull it up here just to cover it with you guys. So I'm going to skip down to a portion of the article just because, I don't want to read the whole article with you guys. I value your time. But it says, this meat and potatoes right here says, the top issue small business owners want to hear the candidates tackle. First and foremost, inflation. 73% of the business owners surveyed said the problem of soaring prices has not been addressed enough by the candidates or by the administration that's currently in there. 71% of respondents said inflationary pressures have increased on businesses compared to just 3 months ago, and 49% said they had to raise the price on their goods or services over that period. When asked which items are having a significant impact on their cost of doing business, 81% of small business owners pointed to the rising cost of labor in complement to inflation, while 68% cited increasing cost of commercial insurance. 67% listed the rising cost of goods and inputs as a pain point. No pun intended on the pod here. And 63% listed the increasing costs related to employee benefits and health insurance. So they're trying to figure out how to pay for their people, protect themselves, and operate.
Yeah.
And
I'd say it's accurate, right? Some of the other things they rolled out this year are, mandatory 401ks. Now, you don't have to contribute, but it's still an added cost.
Right.
And obviously you want to pay your people more as the cost of living is going up, but within reason. The cost of living has far exceeded the business owner's ability to raise income to support the needs of their employees.
Facts. And
then inflation is just a hidden tax, right? Because it gets pushed down to the consumer ultimately. Because as I raise the income for these other people, who's going to pay for that?
correct.
And so then that creates a whole new challenge of, can the market actually accept that new pricing?
Yeah. Well, and with that, on top of those things, there were a couple other points that I want to mention, which are they want to hear the candidates address small business tax policy. 72% said that, followed by regulatory burden on small businesses, and then access to affordable capital and workforce training.
Right.
So,
yeah. So the SBA has been there to try to support small business owners, but they're indexed off of the prime interest rate. And so capital is not cheaper, except they're relying, that money is there. I think it's $4 billion a year that the SBA deploys. That money is there for business owners to leverage to expand the business, buy real estate, buy equipment, do real estate construction, buy new businesses, roll them up, et cetera. But same problem that's existing in the world of like residential real estate is existing in this world as well, which is the price of assets is still too high in comparison to the cost of capital. And so I get it. I mean, I feel it straight up.
Yeah.
You feel it straight up. And so we know exactly what is going on here. And I think it's going to be a bigger driver of this election than maybe people are leading on.
well, that's what I was actually going to say, which is like, if I'm listening to this and I'm on either side, if I'm thinking about the business community, what they're saying, and if you take this as gospel per se, this, hey, does anybody have any answers? I got some answers.
Right.
I have a plan. Here's some leadership. Oh, cool. Trust. Right. So
yeah, they're taking away the tax incentives, right? Chasing capital gains, forcing increases in wages, forcing 401ks. They're reducing the accelerated depreciation, right? It was 2 years ago, it was 100% accelerated depreciation you could get. Then it was 80. Now this year it's 60. Then it'll be 40. Then it'll be 20. Then it'll be 0 accelerated depreciation. The reason that's important, if the cost of assets are so high and you go to buy something and you can't offset or by depreciating that, so getting a tax write-off that year, it becomes inaccessible for you, right? You buy $6 million worth of real estate to do a big expansion. You can hire people, yada, 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 but you have no ability to depreciate that. That might hurt you pretty bad.
Right. Yeah. Well, nonetheless, it's a signal to on either side. Hey, you're running the campaigns, you're running the strategy, you're running the campaign events and where you're going to go. People want real answers. They want real guidance. They want real leadership. And so you have an opportunity to do that. So Trump's camp, if you're listening to this, I know you guys regularly tune into the pod quite a bit, but help Trump communicate how he's going to lead people to actually be able to put food on the table, take care of their people, and continue to build up their communities. And likewise, Joe Biden, do the same thing too if you guys are capable of doing that.
Yeah, this just goes back to the point that entrepreneurs have the ability to make such an impact, right? Small
100%.
businesses make up 70% of the economy. They are responsible for a lot of jobs in this country.
Right.
And so we have a voice and we need to use it. We need to speak up and do that at the voting ballot
100%.
to try to change what's currently going on because it ain't getting any better.
It's definitely not getting any better.